Superboy number 13, written by Tom DeFalco, art by R.B. Silva. Last issue I can't remember and I don't care. So this issue picks up with Superboy waking up with a gun to his head, or like a super futuristic looking blaster. And immediately he flips over and telekinesis sees them, and then, a big fight breaks out. It's Jocelyn Lure. If you don't remember who that is, it is the detective who has been keeping an eye on future people and Superboy as well, because reasons. And they have a whole thing here about how it's bad manners to wake someone up with a gun to their head. Like, it's witty banter, but it's like weird that they're doing it. But anyway, Jocelyn's there, and she puts Superboy into some handcuffs that not even he can break, and basically tells him, like, hey, I've been keeping an eye on you, and I hope that you were staying out of trouble, but here we are surrounded by pallets upon pallets of money that you've stolen from the bank. And he's like, oh, I was going to return that as soon as I just paid for some stuff. And it's like, you're still stealing. You're still stealing here. So we need to have a talk about you being a criminal and whatnot. You're going to set up trouble in my city. I'm going to be the one to keep an eye on you. So then Superboy seemingly flies her away somewhere. And genuinely, I don't know why. Like, they just fly and then they just end up somewhere else. And basically Superboy's like, hey, where'd you get all that tech? Are you working with Nowhere? And Lure's like, you would have figured that out a long time ago. No, I'm not. And it's like, okay, well, here's the thing. I just want to have a normal life, and that's all I want. And she's like, well, here's the thing, Superboy. With great power comes great responsibility. I'm not kidding you. Like, that's almost the words she says here. But either way, they come to a deal where Superboy will help her out with her thing, so long as she can help find Caitlin Fairchild, a.k.a. the one scientist who helped him, because she just disappeared without a trace after the culling. So we go to elsewhere, and now I'm remembering last issue. You remember how that psychic tried to attack Superboy, and then she got put catatonic? She's still catatonic, and it turns out that someone, I don't know if we have his name, is basically trying to get to that Dallas Sorrentino woman, aka the one that has the hots for Superboy. And she's like, well, if she has someone protecting her, I think it's time I met this person who's protecting her. So send out the retrievers. So then we see Superboy meeting up with Dallas. And Dallas is like, hey, had some... By the way, let's never talk about last issue ever again. Okay, cool, got it. By the way, I need some rent money. So can you give me rent for this month? And Superboy just gives her a giant stack of cash. And she's like, all right, well, let's go hit the town on this money. So they head out into town, and she sees a bag that she really, really wants. So she goes in to buy it with the new money that she got. Meanwhile, Jimmy Olsen shows up because I guess there's been rumors that there's a Superboy in town, but no one's ever seen him. So Jimmy's here to get the scoop on behalf of Lois Lane. So meanwhile, we see Jocelyn is doing some research into where Caitlin Fairchild could be, as well as having a screen that has Superboy, Kid Flash, and Legion Lost all pulled up on it as people of interest. So Superboy is approached on the street by some guy who pulls out a gun and says oh, if someone wants to meet you, I suggest you come along quietly. And Superboy just crushes his gun and be like, yeah, it's not really a thing I do. Also, your hair is stupid. And the guy's like, that's uncalled for, man. So fight breaks out between him and two other random guys, one of whose name's Streak. And so they all start fighting Superboy. And Superboy gets really pissed off really quick. And he's like, I am not here to fight, but I will if I have to. And he freaks out and starts throwing the guys around. Police, of course, see the whole thing. They come against Superboy because oh, hey, that's the kid who threw that whole fight in Times Square on New Year's Eve. Should get him. And they all start firing on him. Superboy uses his powers to literally stop the bullets midair. And then we get another page of some mysterious figure who we haven't seen before saying, oh, That's the House of El on his chest. Oh well, don't have time for him now. I have to find the son of Jor-El first. And then it says tune in to Superman 13. By the way, this issue has no less than 5 editor's notes saying, hey, check out this issue if you don't remember this thing. That's too many. Too many callbacks. But regardless, Jocelyn hears that, Superboy's causing a ruckus downtown, so she gets her gear on and starts down. And then we see that Dallas sees the fight going on, realizes that Superboy is a meta, and then doesn't interact anymore. But she just says, oh no, he's one of them. So Superboy unleashes his full power. He blows back some cops and cops' cars. Jimmy gets the shot and she's like, Lois, he's real. I have pictures. And she's like, oh my God, is Superman keeping a secret son? And as the cops are all like, oh, geez, he's so powerful. Smoke starts filling the area. We see it's smoke bombs. And Jocelyn's the one who threw them, waving to Superboy like, hey, get over here. You have clearly caused way too many issues. But I found Caitlin Fairchild. So how about we both do us a favor and get the hell out of here and go to Caitlin. So they go through a teleporter that Jocelyn just happens to have. And on the other side are the Ravagers and Caitlin Fairchild. To be continued in The Ravagers, and I think also Legion Lost, but not issue 13 of Legion Lost, possibly issue 14. I don't know. It's confusing and I don't like it. That's not fair. I think this issue was okay in it's trying to set up that Superboy has a temper problem, but this literally was wrapping up like 3 other plots, one of which it told us just to never mention again, but clearly we're going to come back to it. Then it's doing all the Legion things. It's doing the Teen Titans future thing. It's setting up for something in Superman. This book is not allowed to tell its own story. It is here solely to tell the stories of other books by having Superboy be the link. It was that way with Teen Titans and the culling, and it's that way now with whatever's going on in Superman. I think that is Hell on Earth is going to be starting next issue, I believe. Regardless, this book does not have its own story. It is completely subservient to the whims of other stories that want to tie in with it. And as such, it's nothing. It's a big nothing burger. So overall, I got to give this one like a 5. I don't hate any part of it. And if it had some substance to it, I would give it something. But honest to God, this is just nothing. Nothing to latch onto at all. So hopefully it's better for Hell on Earth.